Brought to you by Penguin.
Call Me Mrs. Brown, written and read by Brendan O'Carroll.
Just a note from me to you. Peterborough, just outside Toronto, Canada, 4th of April 2020. The day I started this book. My sister Fiona died today. My heart is broken. I'm not short of sisters, I have 5. I also have 4 brothers. A big family by today's standards, but not in 1955 when I was born. My sister Maureen is the eldest of the family. The age difference between her and me is 18 years. To be quite honest, we were kind of 3 families, if you like. There were the eldest 5, then the twins, Fiona and Finbar in the middle, and then Micheál, Eilish, and yours truly. Those of you who come from big families will know that although Mammy is Mammy and Daddy is Daddy, it's the older children that really raise the younger ones. Fiona raised me. Don't get me wrong, I had a wonderful mother who did all the mother stuff, but my first visit to the beach, Fiona took me. Every visit to see Santa Claus in Cleary's store, Fiona took me. My first visit to the zoo, my first museum, art gallery, train trip, swimming lessons, movie, everything. Fiona took me. Fiona was kind, gentle, funny, and had an amazing personality. I've often remarked that if you didn't like Fiona, there was something wrong with you. She named one of her children Brendan. I named my daughter Fiona. It would be easy to say that Fiona was proud of me watching my career take off and blossom. She was proud that I've written 4 novels, 7 plays, and 36 episodes of Mrs. Brown's Boys TV series. But she wasn't waiting on these to be proud of me. When my daddy died just after my 9th birthday, I held in the tears because I didn't want to upset Mammy. Fiona told me she was proud of me for being a big man. When I was 10 and sent away to a private school recommended by a judge, she didn't judge me nor make me feel bad. She was proud of me as she stood in the cold on the sideline when I scored my first goal for Home Farm FC. I was just 12. Fiona had dreams. She was never going to settle in Ireland. Fiona was always going away. She emigrated to Canada in 1968. Too soon for me. But I got aerogram after aerogram from her each month, keeping me up to date with her life. If you don't know what an aerogram is, Google it. She made a wonderful life for herself in Canada and married an amazing man in Larry Gowland. If you have read the Mammy or any of its sequels, you will already have guessed that Agnes's sister Dolly in Canada is based on Fiona. In the last 10 years, Fiona and Larry would come down to Jenny and me in Florida every December until the following March, getting away from the cold and snow of Toronto. It was snowy when Jenny and I arrived in Toronto this morning. It was a red-eye flight, arriving in Toronto at 3 a.m. The car rental didn't open until 6 a.m. So Jenny and I sat in silence for the 3 hours and waited. I arrived at Fiona's bedside just in time. Fiona's nurse tells me that she'd asked him time after time to just keep me alive until Brendan gets here. Larry, her wonderful husband, met me at the door with a hug and cautioned me not to expect too much as she slept most of the time. When I got to Fiona's bedside, I leaned over her and said, "I'm here." Her eyes opened and she smiled. Within minutes, I had her laughing. And together we even sang "These Boots Are Made for Walking." She got tired then. I held her hand and we did our usual exchange. I said, "I love you." She replied, "I love you more." I smiled and said, "I love you the most." That was usually the end of the ritual, except this time Fiona added, "Forever and ever." She closed her eyes. Fiona died and my heart is broken. I wanted to open this book with a funny story and a laugh, but I needed to put the above to bed. This way I can get on with things and continue to make my sister Fiona proud. So then, here we go. For Fiona. Preface. Maureen O'Carroll gave birth to 10 babies. The last of those, myself...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?